Hello, Madonna fans and friends, and welcome to another episode of Diva News. So happy to have you here. And we have a lot of news to get to, especially the recent post Madonna made about the election. What did she say that got all this controversy going? And also, Madonna was in Paris to see her son's Rocco's art exhibition. We have photos of that, as well as an interesting auction. Maybe it's an auction, maybe it's a sale. I think they said charity sale, and I literally don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. But we're going to talk about that, and of course, Collectible Corner. I want to talk about some of your wonderful comments about my health video and a special rare photo. You know, we always do a secret photo of the week. So let's get into it and see what's new. Oh, so everyone knows we recently had our election here in America, and it wasn't quite the outcome we expected, at least for some of us. And Madonna was no different, as she recently posted on Instagram her thoughts about the election outcome, including her thoughts that America hates women. And I think that's a very telling and true statement, although hate might be more like fear, because I think female leadership is something that a lot of males tend to have a problem with. As we saw in the outcome of this election with, the Joe Rogan interview and inspiring men to get out the vote much more than women had done in this election. And I do think that there's some element of that to this election, along with many other factors. But Madonna posted also that she was thinking about her daughters and what they were going to go through in the next 4 years. And I think that it is kind of a scary thought, some of the policies that have protected us for so long, women, and other groups, targeted groups that obviously this administration doesn't support. Um, and that's the bigger picture beyond whether the economy is doing well or not. But I think one thing we can take positively from this is that we can get out, like Madonna said, and join her in battling and fighting, get out, not just voting, but also volunteering and supporting causes that you care about, whatever state you're in, wherever you're at. If you didn't like the outcome of the election, or if you support certain measures and policies and you're not really familiar with government, it's a chance to really empower yourself. And I think that's the message that she was trying to send. There's the point where you're just depressed and feeling sad when it's your side didn't win, but it's also a bigger picture of the things that matter to you. Like, why is it that you're sad? Is it just about that your side didn't win, or what are the things that are really important to you that are not going to be um, cared for and protected, that you want to get involved in and protect? So thanks to Madonna once again for being vocal and inspiring us to do the right thing. In other Madonna news, Madonna was late October, so we're a little behind on our Diva newses, but um, she went to Paris to see another art exhibition of her son Rocco. And this is a photo from that, and she was happy to go, but she said she had to, unfortunately, she had to leave to go vote. Of course, since then we know how that turned out, but I know she was probably really feeling positive, as we all were, for what the outcome could be of the election. But it's so nice to see her supporting her son and his art. She was doing this during her tour as well. He had an exhibition then as well, and she gussied up and dolled up for that, and some amazing photos of her back then while she was on tour. So supporting her children and their, all of their achievements is so beautiful. But in other news, what I would call "I don't believe this at all" news. Um, Apparently, this was on Yahoo Live, or so I don't know. It seems legit, but I don't think it is. I mean, if it is, wow. But costumes from the Celebration tour are up for a charity at a charity shop in Manchester, mostly from the dancers. So that may be believable. I still don't believe it. The prices, I mean, it's in pounds, but it's like 7.50 or 15 pounds. They have one of Madonna's, the coat she wore during Don't Tell Me, for 15 pounds. So when I heard this, my partner shared this news item with me, and when I heard this, I burst out laughing. This is not possible unless there's some, somehow it happened. I mean, if it happened, I don't know. It would have been scooped up so fast that it wouldn't be just sitting there waiting to be purchased, whether it's the dancers or her. Considering that most of her tour costumes have maybe two or three copies on the road because wear and tear. But that's it. That's all the copies there would be. So if you heard about this, is this an auction starting price? Or is this the price? It's just not something I can believe. I mean, I've seen in past, like people being able to buy costumes or anything from her in memorabilia auctions or celebrity auctions, and the prices start in the hundreds and then go from there. And that's for things that aren't even close to this. So I'm going to say this is I don't really believe it. I don't know. It's on legitimate news sources, but so I would be surprised if any of this is true. But anyway, let me know what you think about have you ever purchased anything from a celebrity auction that was Madonna memorabilia, and tell me what your experience was like. Let's talk about that. We're ready for another episode of Collectible Corner, and this one is taking us back, although this is a reissue. The first iconic Madonna magazine cover. Of course, if you have this original, that's worth a lot of money. But this was a magazine that came out, I don't know, maybe this was around 2009 or 2010 to celebrate this magazine cover, and it's a great. I was really happy to get these. I think I gave two of these three to friends, so I only have the one. Um, but a beautiful, I mean, even in this magazine cover, this first one that she ever had, we could see what was to come. The Vogue aesthetic, or the just the way she poses in here. She's just so already at such a young age. She's on that level. And so it's a great magazine to have, and I wanted to share that with all of you. And sorry for the noise in the background on my phone. Um, but do you have this magazine cover, this reissue, or the original? Tell us about it in the comments. I wanted to really address some of the amazing and wonderful comments I received when I recently shared my health battles. There'd been a bit of a hiatus on the channel, and I know you probably were all wondering what happened, because everything was weekly and going fine. And I had some eye issues that I had mentioned, but I was also dealing with some other health issues that had come along as well, and I didn't really know what was going on with me. So October 23rd, I believe it was 22nd or 23rd, I went to the hospital and checked in to find out what was going on, and it turned out that I had kidney failure. I was pretty much close to death at that point, and I had to have a blood transfusion and dialysis. I'm on dialysis now, and I've been doing it for several weeks, and everything basically went back to the way it was. I have energy. I can walk again. I was in a wheelchair at that point. I couldn't actually stand up or walk. I can eat again. I have a healthy appetite, maybe a little too healthy. But back then I was throwing up with every meal. I couldn't hold food down. I couldn't eat anything. My sight worsened, as you all know, and so many other problems. I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't breathe. And I was like, this isn't normal. Something's wrong with me. And so I'm glad to finally figure out what it is. It's not the greatest thing to find out initially, but with the help of science and medicine, I'm still here, and I am still here to make this channel, make these videos, work on other things, live life, enjoy life, and you're all a part of that. And I want to share some comments. I'll be paraphrasing, but some beautiful comments came from that video. And so Lucas808 shared that we love you and are here for you, rooting for you, and that my openness about my health was very moving. And they looked forward to the Chris Ciccone tribute, which we do have up if you haven't seen it yet. But thank you so much, Lucas808. That means a lot to me. I didn't want you all to not know what was going on. as I take it very seriously to do these videos and give you weekly updates. And when I couldn't do it anymore, I couldn't see and I couldn't stand and I couldn't breathe. I felt so sad that I wasn't able to do these because they're such a positive part of my life. Um, Another comment from Madonna Martin was very similar in that they said, "We're so happy that you're sharing this with us, and we're here for you. We support you." And again, just a similar aesthetic as far as um, all the support and love that I could never have imagined I could receive. But I'm not surprised when it's Madonna fans. So thank you, Madonna Martin, one of our biggest supporters on the channel. I'm really glad that I'm back so I can enjoy many of your stories and comments, and I appreciate that so much. And finally, Philip Thomas shared that they were supportive as well, that my kidneys finally got the help they needed. I like the way that they phrased that. The kidneys were screaming out for help. That's basically what was going on. So thank you so much, Philip Thomas, for your thoughts and care, and everyone else that posted. No, we got a lot of comments on that one. So I appreciate it so much. And likewise, if you're going through anything in your life, health or otherwise, I hope you know that you can come here, and this is a safe space. Maybe you want to comment or you want to have a private message. I'm on Facebook. I don't have Instagram right now, but I'm always happy to befriend anyone, and we can talk about it. We can share whatever it is. You know, you're not alone as well. Madonna Martin also said you're not alone. So that's something that I will echo and say, none of you are alone, and I'm here for you as well. Thank you so much. I want to thank you all for joining me on this latest episode of Diva News. We had a lot of great stuff in this episode. But here we have our secret photo of the week, which comes from a magazine, quite an obscure magazine that came out around that 1988, which was called Fame magazine, if you remember it. I managed to pick up a copy, and this is my original clipping at the beginning of the interview, and some of the great I really love these photos. They were also featured in a calendar. I think it was an '89 calendar of her. Just several photo shoots she did around this time with the shorter black hair. And the interview, the person that was doing the interview, I don't remember his name, but he was with them when they were Madonna and Sean Penn when they were at the Tyson fight. So it was very interesting because of him being able to describe them going to the fight and some of her thoughts about the paparazzi and everything that was going on around that time. It was very interesting. I remember reading that, and it was kind of like being a fly on the wall for that particular event, which, as we all know, was pretty much the last public event that Madonna and Sean had during 88. If you have this magazine, tell us what you think of that interview or the photo shoots if you don't have it. But here's a photo from that, a very beautiful photo of her. And I want to thank you all again for joining me. Make sure you go to the Facebook group if you want to continue talking and chatting about Madonna. I haven't been on there as much because of my vision problems, but once I get my surgery, I will be back with the contests and Fan of the Month and all the things that we have there as well. There's an Instagram. It's not it's not going anywhere right now, but we hope to maybe next year get that one moving. But we're so happy to have you wherever you choose to reside with us. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, comment on this video or any videos, and let us know what you want to see more of. And thank you again, and we'll see you next week. Dance and sing, get up and do your thing. Thank you for joining us here at Madonna Everybody Fan Club channel, and I hope you enjoyed our latest video. I hope that you will join us here by liking and subscribing. And also, we have social media with Facebook. We have Madonna Everybody Fan Club, over 5,000 Madonna fans to join. And we have an Instagram at Madonna EFC. So make sure you check those out, as well as a page on Facebook, Madonna Everybody Fan Club, to follow. So definitely check out those social media platforms and join us there. We have contests, we have Fan of the Month, and we have features and lots of great fans to meet. But more importantly, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you comment on this video and let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about or any future video topics you'd like to see. And thank you again for joining our Madonna family. Music does make the people come together. Thanks, everyone.